What's up, guys? I fix shit in your face. I got a fun one here for you today, but let me just remind you guys, I make this content for free, right? You can help me by pushing the like button and hitting the subscribe button. Even if you don't come back, you can still help me. That is your way to help me. If I saved you a ton of money at a shop, because it's $120 an hour to work on a bike, that's not including the fix and the parts. If I saved you money, come on, do me a solid. You can even donate. Heck, cup of coffee. I'm down. I'm down with it. Just help your boy out. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Free information is great, but help your boy out. You know what I mean? You get this. All right, so why would gas be in your oil? Now, this is going to vary. There's two different things that would cause this on. One thing would cause this on fuel injected, and three things could cause it on a carbureted bike. So let's start with fuel injection. Why would you have gas in your oil? So let's say you're going to change your oil and you pull it and you're like, wow, something smells really gassy, and you dip your finger and you smell the oil and you go, holy cow, there's gas in my oil. What's going on here? You know, there's really only one reason that you would have gas in your oil on fuel injection, and that would be low cylinder compression, right? So if your bike has low compression, then it's just pushing all the extra fuel. You're getting fuel gas blow by past the piston rings and into the oil. So when it goes to compress at the top, it shoves a bunch of that gas through and past the rings down into the oil, and then whatever's left explodes, and you get firing. It obviously creates a compression stroke. And that's really the only way you can get gas in your oil on a carbureted motorcycle. Now, on a fuel injected motorcycle, getting a little ahead of myself. If you have a carburetor, there's a bunch of things it could be. We're going to start with number one. However, a couple things have to fail for this event to take place. So number one, your petcock. Okay, so I'm going to bring you over to this bike right here. Going to swing you guys on down. So you can see it right there. If this fails, because a lot of these are vacuum driven or your on and off fails and you're not shutting it off, what happens is it continues to feed gas down to your carburetors, okay? So if you can see that, there's your carbs, right? And if your float is sticking inside here, then what happens is it starts pouring gas. It's just gonna gravity this tank out. It's just going to keep gravity feeding this, and it's going to keep filling up one of the cylinders on your bike until it can't anymore. And either one, your rings are in good shape and it'll hydrolock the engine when you go to start it. It won't turn over until you get the gas out of the cylinder. Or two, you have bad compression and it starts floating the oil down, right? It'll just sit there and leak past the rings and go down. You can have stuck rings that would cause that. Or you can just have, in generally, low compression and it'll just start leaking down on the bike, right? So one of the cylinders on this bike was low compression. And I've resolved that problem now. We're not getting blow-by anymore. We're not getting smoke or anything of the equivalent nature happening with this bike. It runs very, very well now. But to solve those problems, guys, I mean, obviously, clearly, you have some work ahead of you. You have to do some work. Okay, you need to determine which is causing the problem. And some bikes just have weak rings in general. It'll leak through. If tons of gas is just sitting in there, after a while, it'll just leak through regardless of whether it has low compression or it doesn't. So it might not even be low compression. My suggestion to you is test your compression on your bike. So if it's a 4-cylinder, check each one. If it's a 2-cylinder, check them. If it's a single cylinder, check them. Compression testers are cheap enough. They're about 20 bucks. Mine's up there. If you guys have never used a compression tester, I encourage you to give it a go. They're fun. They're fun tools to play with, right? Especially when you learn how to use them. But it's really the only reason why you would have gas in your oil, okay? So it's never fun when you find it in there. A lot of times it's from a sticking float and a vacuum petcock that has given up, or you don't have a vacuum petcock and it's a gravity fed system regardless, and your float sticks and it just keeps filling up the float bowl, which then keeps transferring it to the cylinder, and after a while the gas just leaks down. You come out to your bike and you go, I had a full tank yesterday and now I'm down to half a tank. Where'd it go? Well, my suggestion is check your level on the side of your bike, pull your oil cap off and smell. If it smells gassy, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know. So Anyways, that's normally the reasons why you would have gas in your oil. So don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, show me some love, and if you want to, you know, hey, cup of coffee. I love me some coffee. I'm just saying, just saying. You know, all my information is down below in the description. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Toodles.